Ladies and gentlemen, the evolution of our digital lives has been extraordinary. We have moved from desktop computers to the web and now to smartphones. But we've also evolved from text to photos and now to video. But this isn't the final destination. The next platform and medium will even be more immersive. An embodied internet where you're inside the experience and not merely observing it. Now this is what we call the Metaverse. Now by a show of hands, how many of you guys have actually been to a VR park? Let's see, how many of you guys have been to a VR park? So virtual reality is actually really similar to the Metaverse. For the people who have been to VR parks, you know that it's like you're inside the experience. And in the Metaverse, it's the same thing. But when we hear Metaverse, many images come to our mind. For some of us, it's a dystopian future filled with avatars and virtual realities that isolate us from the real world. But for others, it's a digital wonderland where creativity has no bounds. But the Metaverse is more than just its interpretations. It is a new chapter in human history. At its core, the Metaverse is a digital interconnected universe. It's a collective space that has merged augmented reality, virtual reality, and the internet to provide us with this virtual space where we can create, innovate, and even socialize. I mean, you never know. We could probably have the next Albert Einstein through the Metaverse. Now, how many of you guys know Facebook? Okay, I know it's quite behind our time, but let's see. How many of you guys know what Facebook is? Great. Now, the founder and CEO of Facebook, or that's recently rebranded to Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, he made a video showing us what the Metaverse will look like in the future. And I'm just going to give you an insight into the Metaverse. Now, just imagine being able to meet anyone from around the world, where it can feel like you're in the same room. The barriers of geography and time dissolve. Networking doesn't just become about LinkedIn profiles anymore, but it becomes about collaborating, innovating, and even creating. For many years, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, online communities were a lifeline. But in the Metaverse, this sense of belonging expands. How about we take an example? Let's say the pandemic was yet going on, and it's my birthday, and the Metaverse did exist. What would happen is that today's my birthday, but my dad's on a business trip to the UK, and my sister's studying in France. But because of the lockdown, they weren't able to come back to Kenya. So how exactly was I meant to celebrate my birthday? I would probably join the Metaverse. Even they would join the Metaverse. So it could feel like we're in the same room, although we're miles apart. It could feel like they're in the same room cutting the cake with me, or even singing happy birthday. This would feel so great. Let's take another example. During the pandemic, we all had online classes. So we would join our online classes in the morning. But after that, some of us would end up falling back into bed. I can't say I wasn't one of those, I certainly was. But others would probably end up hopping onto games like Fortnite and Minecraft. Others are watching Suits and Blacklist. So what happened is that during the pandemic, people lost focus. It's like education did not matter. Because, I mean, there was no teacher that was coming to your house to see what you were actually doing. But if the Metaverse did exist, it could feel like a real classroom. We certainly wouldn't enjoy that, but education has to continue. Let's say it's a chemistry lesson and the Metaverse did exist. So your teacher could decide, let's have a chemistry experiment today. So you could carry out neutralization reactions or even titration experiments. Or if it's your history lesson and you're learning about World War II, you can learn about these things by experiencing them and not just learning about it through textbooks. This way, education would become even more fun and you're even learning about it better. Just imagine students no longer confined to four walls, but exploring ancient civilizations, diving into the depths of the ocean. I mean, you could even go and explore the Titanic, or even walking on Mars. All of these things could happen through virtual experiences. But when we talk about fashion, let's talk about fashion. So Nike recently acquired a company called Artifact. But why does this really matter? It's because companies like Nike, Adidas, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and even Burberry have started showing presence in the metaverse too. These companies have seen the potential that the metaverse actually has. Digital wardrobes would become as important, if not more important, than real ones. I mean, let's say you like a pair of clothes, but it's all the way in the US. So you can order these clothes, but when they come, the clothes could either be too small or too big. But in the metaverse, you can try these clothes on virtually, see if they perfectly fit you. I mean, we all need perfectly fitting clothes as we're all trying to impress someone, aren't we? But some of you guys might be wondering, why should we care about this futuristic concept? But the answer lies in the profound potential it holds. The metaverse has the ability to reshape communication, reshape our daily lives, and even reimagine education. But how good is this to be true? So there are a lot of things that people are saying, like the downsides, like it's scary, people can get mental health issues, or even addiction. Addiction, I agree, but the other things we cannot really know how true they are as we've never experienced them, as the metaverse doesn't yet exist. But for addiction, you can see that children stay up till 4 in the morning playing games like Fortnite or Minecraft, or they're up all night watching TV. Or we can't live without our phones nowadays, so we're addicted to it. Now, these are the challenges that we would face. But there are other challenges such as privacy, security, and even cost. Recently, Apple released a pair of VR headsets. Now, these were very costly. But how many people can actually afford to buy these things? But the main challenge that we would face is hacking. In today's time, our phones and computers can get hacked so easily. But in the metaverse, this would even be worse. Because people can create fake accounts. You can be catfished as you do not know who is your friend and who is not. So we need to create guidelines that protect all users, regardless of their background. So in conclusion, the metaverse is coming and we need to embrace it. But let's just hope our avatars don't start demanding salaries. Thank you.